Guys, it's a miracle. Ah, yes. We got another main decked Sky Striker monster. And all I've been reading on the internet is, this card is bad. Why would we ever play this card with Sky Striker? I don't understand why this card exists. Because, we're supposed to be getting a rumored Link monster soon, but I digress. Nobody reads the rumor mill like we do. So, this is time to talk about Sky Striker Ace Roze, shall we? Sorry, I've been bouncing all over the wall. I haven't actually read what this card does yet. I'm just excited because we got another main decked Sky Striker monster. Now, it doesn't matter how bad it is, it's another named Sky Striker monster. So, in the grand scheme of things, one more monster is a good thing. You know, you might not take it that way, but understand it is what it is. This card looks like something straight out of any other of your animes you've ever watched. It literally looks like recreators stopped by here, but it's 15/15 Light Warrior. Well, finally found what I've been looking for, my light monster. Can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. So if a Sky Striker monster, except for Sky Striker Roze, is normal or special summoned, you can special summon this card from your hand. Well, it's an extender, alright. Makes climbing link ladders a little bit easier. It's kind of one thing I've wanted. Okay. So while this card is in your graveyard, if your opponent's monsters in the extra monster zone is destroyed by battle, or leaves the field because of your card effect, while its owner controls it, you can special summon this card. Then, you can negate the effects of one face-up monster your opponent controls until the end of the turn. So, we have another graveyard recur that actually returns itself back to the field if we out something in the extra monster zone. Actually, this is pretty interesting. So, in a perfect world, while my opponent has a Link monster, I go into a Link monster, for example, and I want to go ahead and Afterburners clear it out, I can go ahead and then revive this from the graveyard to negate something else on the field. Okay. I wish I could negate the effects of anything that my opponent controls, not only a monster, but this kind of actually answers some things that we've needed for Sky Striker for a while. The ability to blink monster effects is something I've always wanted. Having another extender, though. Okay, so first up here, I'm going to be honest with you. The fact that this card can special summon itself from the hand on a normal or a special summon is pretty cute, alright? Well, it doesn't do anything to... Stop, guys! This card literally says, alright, you want to start off your first Sky Striker play? Okay, cool. Oh, by the way, good news, everybody. You sick of that Ray getting called by the grave? I don't have to worry about that anymore. I have a second named Sky Striker monster now. You have to give it up for enthusiasm, though, ladies and gentlemen. To the guy... To you, my local player, every time I have to deal with you call by the grave, my Ray, you know what? I don't even care if my deck gets hit next list, because I got 3 more main deck level 4 monsters coming your way. That's, okay, so we got 3 Ray, we have Rhoda, engages field spell. Oh yeah, also, by the way, this card can still be special summoned off the field spell, because it says Sky Striker Ace monster. So, that feels good. Now, with the impending doom clock on my refrigerator, it's all the fridge magnets, man, let me tell you what. So, we have the doom clock timer just counting down days here in October as we're heading towards an impending ban list. Now, we're not going to be getting this card in the TCG until January, or late January, early February. So, my first thing I gotta say here is, yeah, that's a long time away. Alright, I get it. It's going to be a bit of a grind to get to this point. But, depending on how the deck goes, Ignition Assault is a set where they're trying to support pretty much every theme out of what they've done so far. So, one, to see the light monster, like I said, it looks like something out of Recreators, but to see the light monster coming after a possible ban list hit on the card, yeah, kind of stinks. reality versus expectations. Excited today, sad tomorrow. But that's not the point. Now, one thing here that you're probably questioning is the whole Sky Striker concept. Everything that everything that we love about this deck revolves around having nothing in the main monster zone. Alright, and basically you've got Sky Striker Ace Ray, goes into high attack. Cool. You get to go ahead and extend this card out of your hand. Now, I mentioned earlier that there's a rumor going around right now about Sky Striker getting another Link monster. Now, this is all in Link Vrains Pack 3, supposedly, but here's the thing that we need to ask ourselves. Sky Strikers don't have a Link 2, and this card makes perfect sense to kind of bring a Link 2 to the table. Not only as an extender for the deck, but it would explain the way that this card is acting now. Unless they're trying to not even do it that way, the fact that they're trying to bring more of an access to climbing the Link ladder easier. Because while the whole deck has been based on Link 1, you're continuously rotating through the thing. If they're actually trying to make this card be a card to make your life easier to climb Link ladders instead of giving us a Link 2, I think that also makes sense in a way. But I don't even know what you would even do for a Link 2 for this point, because when you look at all the Sky Striker cards, it's just us rotating through the armaments. Like, we're not even, making a new card. It's just, purge the armor, go into the next one. So, lore-wise, I don't know where a Link 2 would actually come into play, unless the Link 2 is actually just, a dual cockpit mecha armor that we could actually use. And seeing this, we could actually just go Gundam here and make, or go Ava, have the twin drive system. I don't know, there's all kinds of things we could do with that, but lore-wise, it doesn't make sense unless a Link 2 is a dual system. So, at least in terms of lore, outside of that, you're looking at a card that's just probably constructed to make climbing Link ladders easier. Now, back on the point of reviving this, when something off of the extra monster zone is popped off. You have jamming waves, and you have afterburners. Those are your two recursion ways to kind of get this out. You won't be using this really for defensive purposes. This is just going to be a card that's going to be aha, combo extend to go. So, I guess in that way, this card doesn't work with Widow Anchor, which stinks. Because it has to be the opponent's monster in the extra monster zone that they originally control anyway. As soon as you Widow Anchor that, you can't do anything with it. You're just oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to Widow Anchor that attempt effect. They're just sir, you can't Roze. Stop. Stop trying to cheat me. It's not even worth it. So, plus side to this. I think, for the most part right now, Sky Striker will probably look to play one of this. Maybe two. I don't think that this is going to be a 3 of. The important thing here is this is another level 4 monster that the deck actually gets to tutor with to climb ladders easier. And it's rather amazing that they actually gave us this. I didn't expect this in the very least. But if you're trying to play 3 of this, just stop. You're already trying to play 6. Now, depending on where hits go with this list, if we actually see an engage hit in the TCG, and we see something like Widow and whatnot getting cleaned up, then we'll have to wait and see. We also have the impending question of what will the supposed Link monster do? Will it be a Link 2? Will it be a Link 1? What are we getting here? It won't be a divine monster, that's for sure. We're going to put that nub just straight away right now. It won't be a divine monster. Gosh, could you imagine us getting a Link monster for Sky Striker? No, it's not going to happen. But Link 1, Link 2, it's definitely up in the air. But my question to you guys is, what do you think the Link monster is going to do? What do you guys think about Sky Striker Ace Roze? Are you really surprised that they did this? Because I'm still kind of wow. Also, I'd like to ask the question of, why does this thing look like it's from Recreators? Because definitely keep getting... Also, I'm getting Ruby feels from this too, but, interesting. I will say that. So guys, like I said, leave a comment down below. Down there, come on. It's not that hard. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We do 3 videos a day. It wears me down ever so much, talking about this game so much, but I love it so much. Catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.